Day number 2 of the 2023 Big East tournament has arrived, and of course it's St. John's and Marquette to start things off right here from the world's most famous arena. Our instant preview number 40 comes to you live from the floor of MSG alongside Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Ben Steele and Storm the Paint's Kevin Connelly. Joey Jarzynka with you, and our producer Brian Stewart behind the camera. Let's start off, Ben. Marquette comes in the top seed in the tournament. Of course, yesterday we got a chance to see Shaka Smart be named the Coach of the Year in the Big East, and also Tyler Kolek as the Player of the Year in the Big East. What a job by those two.
Yeah, it's amazing. You think back to October. As you got to mention, every time you talk about Marquette, they were picked to finish 9th. Obviously, far exceeded expectations. Won the outright title for the first time in program history with a game to spare. Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, well-deserved honors for those guys. They're going to be a tough team. It'd be interesting to see how they play this initial game, because they're not overlooked anymore. Everyone's gunning for them now, so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond now that the script's flipped a little bit.
And now, of course, Kev, yesterday St. John's, they took down Butler, and they won by a double-digit margin. But again, yesterday, just like what we spoke about, St. John's was just in the driver's seat the entire time. It was Joel Soriano, the team's most improved player, the conference's most improved player, and then, of course, Omar Stanley, Pasha Alexander, Dylan Adewusu as well.
Yeah, St. John's really got anything they wanted against that Butler defense yesterday and took their foot off the gas a little bit midway through the second half when they got up 21. They got trimmed down to 10, but they were able to push it back up to 15 to win by 13. But it almost feels like this is a last hurrah for St. John's. Going against Marquette, you're going against the number 1 seed. Really, for St. John's, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain with a win here today.
Well, there is something to lose here for Marquette, or is there, as the number 1 seed here, though? Obviously, all eyes are on the Golden Eagles. What do we see here in this early one?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. They're not playing for much NCAA seeding, right? But they've talked about how they've never gotten past the Big East semifinals before in program history. So they got the first outright conference title in program history, and now they talked about being greedy and wanting more and wanting to get that first tournament title in program history. So we'll see how well they come out in this first game.
Ben, from the Marquette side, what are the matchups that you're really looking forward to? There's so many solid players. We brought up, obviously, about Tyler Kolek, also Iguodaro as well, Olivier Max Prosper as well, Cam Jones. The list goes on with this high-powered Marquette team.
When you're playing St. John's, I always look at the front court. Like, Soriano is a tough matchup for Oso Iguodaro. Oso Iguodaro is a really good center, second-team All-League, but he's kind of skinny. Like, he can get pushed around against bigger guys, and Soriano's had, as you guys know, have had big games against Marquette this season. He's the kind of guy that really gives Marquette trouble. Marquette's biggest weakness is giving up offensive rebounds, second-chance points. That's where I think St. John's can exploit a little. And then it's always fun watching, like, Pasha Alexander guarding Tyler Kolek, that little chess match. That's always fun to watch.
Kev, obviously, just a few days ago on Saturday, St. John's just fell to Marquette by 2 points, 96-94. What's the biggest matchup that you look for the St. John's?
I don't think it's just an individual matchup. I think it's like defense, period, circle it, put a couple exclamation points on, because in the 2 games they played in the regular season, Marquette scored 96 in each game. When they played in Queens on January 3rd, St. John's had a 7-point lead at halftime, and Marquette went on to score 55 points in the second half to win by 11. Now, it was a 2-point victory on Saturday, but it didn't feel like that. I mean, Marquette almost had the catastrophic collapse of all time, leading by 10 with 29 points. I mean, St. John's did hit some absurd
It was
shots
pretty
in that
wacky.
game.
Yeah, it was very wacky.
Yeah, Marquette missing free throws.
Yeah.
But for St. John's, if they want to have a chance to compete in this game, they have to defend somebody. They have to defend anybody, something they haven't done the 2 times these 2 teams played before.
Well, for St. John's, we know about their Wednesday resume, but their Thursday resume, not so good. Ben, we'll start with you. Your prediction of this one. What do you got?
I think it'll be close throughout the first half, but I think Marquette, ultimately, their talent's going to prevail. I think they're going to pull away and win this one pretty easily.
Kev, we got to go with you here.
I think Marquette wins as well. We'll see if St. John's learned anything from last year when they had a 17-point lead in the quarterfinals against Villanova, trying to punch their ticket to the semifinals for the first time since 2000, and ultimately that heartbreaking loss. I don't think it's going to be as much heartbreak here today, but I think Marquette pulls away late in the second half to win comfortably.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our instant reaction or instant preview segment number 40. Ben, we got to tell everyone where we can find you on social media.
Follow me at Ben Steele, MJS on Twitter. Go to the Journal-Sentinel website. You can find all the stories there.
And Kev, for you.
Follow me on Twitter, Kevin Connelly24. Follow us at Storm the Paint and stormthepaint.com for all of our articles on St. John's.
We'll be back in a few short moments for another instant preview right here from the floor at Madison Square Garden.